In a world where the marks think they know better than the wrestlers and the bookers, the Fantasy Booking Institute exists to pretty much do exactly that. This is a visit from the FBI.
This is Dan the Dad, and you should listen to Raw and Order or you're grounded.
Welcome to another visit from the FBI, your weekly source for pro wrestling fantasy booking, and apparently frights from having JLB's face up big in your monitor. I am your host, Detective Mark Smarks, and I'm joined as always by my partners in crime fighting. Starting off, District Attorney Vincent K. What's going on, man? How are you?
Oh, fuck. I look up from my phone and JLB's face. I actually was sitting there ready to quote, "Hey, it's Dan the Dad. You better listen to." And I don't hear it, so that's why I looked up.
Yeah.
And there's JLB's noggin just fucking all over the street.
To be honest, what happened, I realized I forgot to take us all off, and so I was quickly trying to hit those before the Dan the Dad got done, and I didn't get them all in time. Also joining us, as you already know, JLB.
I should have went like this.
Man?
Hey!
I think you were as surprised as I was. Like, oh, fuck, I guess I'm starting the show.
Jesus.
We already have Ambrosia watching.
Already joining us. Hello.
So yeah. So
Time to produce.
It's already off to a great start.
Oh, fuck.
If you are new to this show,
All downhill from here.
This is our fantasy booking show where we're going to take turns challenging each other to book some unknown and often unlikely scenario in professional wrestling. We don't discuss them in advance because we think it's more fun that way, and also because we're lazy and don't think of them in advance.
Facts.
Before we get into the actual booking, I'd like to remind everyone that Raw & Order is part of the Tatnus Co. podcast network, so you can head down to the doobly-doos and click that link for tatnusco.com after the show, right?
Yeah, for the show.
Stay here for the show. But check out the other shows on the Tatnus Co. broadcast network. And then come back. We do these twice a week, live streaming them. Also available anywhere you listen to podcasts. So if you'd rather just have the audio version, you could do that. But we'd love to have you join us for the live stream. Live stream on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitch. Although I recommend if you have Twitch, going the Twitch way to subscribe to us, because we do also do Twitch exclusive live streams occasionally, like our reaction videos to pay-per-views when we do them. We're probably going to be doing some live watch-alongs for some shows and or matches coming up here in the future, so make sure to follow us on Twitch one way or another. Links are all in the doobly-doos or at that link tree that's up on screen right now. Yes.
It's all there. It's all there.
It is all right there.
Because we know some of you are lazy, so just go to that link tree and they are all there.
Yes, everything you would possibly need, including our merch store where you can get Pissant podcast shirt or Those Who Can't Wrestle podcast, or the autograph thing, or one of dozens of other shirt designs, including a bunch that I just uploaded. Should go live before the end of the night. That are our AI-generated art homage shirts. And what that simply means is these are AI-generated arts that are designed to look similar to wrestlers.
They're just abstract wrestlers.
But they're very abstract.
Yeah.
We literally just put the names of the wrestlers and a few other modifiers into an AI generator and let it do its work. Yeah. And we think they're pretty epic. So you can head over to the link that's up on the screen right now, rawandorderwbu.myspreadshop.com, and see all of the designs that are up there. That's a great way to support us. Other way to support us, though, like and share, follow us, share it to your friends. Those are all great ways to do it. So But on that note, we're going to go ahead and get into the fantasy booking. Like I said, the rules are simply we're going to take turns doing it. I almost always give everyone else a shot to go first, except last week I tried to shoehorn in just because mine was going to be long, and they didn't take that from me. So, but on this note, today, who wants to go first?
Is yours again, or are you just going with the normal inch?
I'm just the normal inch.
Okay. Just making sure.
I'll go first, I guess, because I might forget it, and so I'll just.
Okay.
Yeah. Save the first for the worst. So here we go. So we just found out subtly that Dexter Loomis will now is back with the WWE. We obviously had those subtle hints of a car crash happening, and then of police security or police running, but no one was really paying attention to them. And then we finally see at the end that Dexter Loomis was being taken away from the crowd. So that's what I want you to do, guys. Book me Dexter Loomis's actual first feud, because we don't necessarily know if he's going to go after AJ per se or anything like that. We really don't know much. It was very subtle and very vague.
Hell, he could have been after Ciampa then. Or not
Could
Ciampa,
be.
Was it Ciampa?
AJ or Ciampa?
Yeah.
Or Lashley. Sorry.
Or Lashley. Yeah.
It was Lashley or Ciampa, which also was a fire match. Everyone was expecting Ciampa to win. No, Ciampa did not win, but that match was fire. Still kept me guessing. And I am surprised. Well, not surprised. I am happy that it was a pretty decent Raw. This is the best Lashley match I have seen in months. So that is awesome. But that's not about Raw. This is simply about what happened on Raw. Dexter Loomis is now back. He was in the crowd, getting taken away. Book next week on Raw. What happens? What's his first feud? What's going down? Who does he decide to go up against? Who is he allying with? You're the booker. So book. I'm guessing it's you first.
I guess it is me. I was going to let Fabe go first because he was already talking about.
I know.
About
now he wants to go get
wanted
cancer
to do.
sticks.
But now he's all like,
I'm putting genuine thought into this.
You already had genuine thought. You said right before the show you had a whole
He's
thing
just
on
upset because he didn't have genuine thought.
I'm not. So
on it.
I was going to give you the chance to take all the glory first because
he likes to think.
I'm normally.
Yeah,
the
you
one who
both
likes
must
to
already have thoughts on it already anyway.
Yeah.
So it's
I
kind
mean,
of
the
fresh in
second
your
it
head.
happens, you have thoughts on something like
Yeah,
that.
no, we definitely did.
Yeah.
I wanted him to
You
have a
wanted me?
chance to.
I still
to-
want you, bud. I didn't want him.
I wanted you to have a chance to do what you were talking about before, so that I didn't steal your thunder on it.
Steal my fucking thunder, bitch.
But you know what?
Jesus.
That's fine. So here's the deal. I saw someone posted this online, so this isn't even
So
my
it's not
exclusive
your
idea. But it's still once I saw it, I was like, no, that's exactly what it needs to be. And keep in mind, here I'm pointing this out, that I desperately want Johnny Gargano in AEW. But what you do if you're bringing Dexter Loomis back is you bring Candice Dexter and you pull Indy up from the NXT, and you have them reunite the Way on Raw, and have their mission being to help fellow The Way member
The
Theory successfully cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. So that's their goal, is to help him cash it in. And so, in and of itself, Dexter's not going to have a feud by himself. It's going to be Johnny Gargano showing up. It's going to be Candice LeRae. It's going to be Indy Hartwell. He's going to be reunited with his wife again. And the Way is going to be back together. And their whole thing is they're going to start interfering. Before we actually know they're all back, they're going to start interfering in world title matches and any of those matches that have implications to one of the titles, so that Austin Theory has the ability to cash in and potentially win the title. So we're gonna have them show up and they're gonna attack, you know, Seth Rollins because he's getting close to maybe having another shot. He hinted at it. They're gonna show up. They're gonna attack Drew McIntyre. Show up on SmackDown. They're gonna attack all of them, but they're also still gonna be the Way, which is just a goofy family, a lovable bunch of goofs. So that's what I would do. Bring them all back. Have the Way.
Okay, but where's the feud land?
The feud,
wherever Theory gets the title.
They're pretty much the male version of the Control, I guess.
yeah, effectively,
No.
except they're way funnier.
I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed the comedic relief of the Way. It was great. I don't think that necessarily works now because everyone's legit just coming back, aside from like, what's her face? Dexter Loomis's wife.
I don't know why it doesn't work, right?
Well, I mean, because I think it's supposed to be more serious.
Why does it have to be more serious?
I don't know, because I don't know. You have him come out in a car crash.
He was always a stalker psychopath. He had a hatchet at his own wedding, hidden in his thing. So his whole thing is still a psychopath. So what he was doing is he was coming out there, which we still don't know if the car crash had anything to do with Dexter Loomis, right?
That's fair.
We're putting that together in our heads, and these could be two totally separate storylines going on right now. So, I think they're connected. You obviously think they're connected. I'm relatively certain Fabe thinks they're connected too, but we don't know, that could be two totally separate things entirely. But on top of it, it still would be 100% in the character. Like Johnny Gargano could show up next week and be angry at Dexter for crashing their car. Angry. Damn it, Dex. We had that car. That was your wedding present, and you crashed it. Damn it. Oh, I can't stay mad at you. It can still be funny, and you can be funny and still villainous, right? I mean, heck, half the time DX existed, they were the bad guys, even though they were coming out and making fun of things, So I don't see any conflict whatsoever.
Okay.
But again, I'm also pointing out you're saying you don't think it works that way, and I'm like, well, that's not what this game is. This game isn't what works. This game is book the thing. So that's what I did. I booked it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I don't think Fabe was paying any kind of attention.
I think you're on the right track. I like the idea of bringing back things that were cut short. The Way was not Kitty Vick. The Way was not the things that needed to be cut short quickly. The Way was entertaining. They didn't really want Indy Hartwell and Dexter Loomis to have index. Those things are things that didn't get to come to fruition, and I think that the main roster has room for some of those stories now. I really do foresee a lot of that fluidity we've talked about between the main roster and NXT starting to occur, which I think would be a very, very good thing, both for travel breaks and things of that sort. Building multiple stars. I like the idea of Dexter being at the ring for multiple people, just showing up and people being he's gonna come out here again. Why is he trying to jump the ropes or jump the railing again? I think the draw to that is the slow down Dexter is Indy Hartwell. I think bringing her up. I do think she's ready for a main roster mid card level run for women. I think she could go really well in a tag team. She already does go well, or has twice gone well in a tag team. But I think having her come out and harness or pull back Dexter, come on, hey baby, type stuff.
Right.
And so I want to see several weeks, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of Dexter coming out and being ringside and trying to jump the barricade and then getting drug off, and just staring at the ring with his look. I think that's gold when they do that. I would say that I like the idea of Gargano and Candice LeRae being the next step. So some night when Dexter and Indy are there, Dexter just finally breaks over and Gargano and Candice LeRae come out and they're like, you guys got to stop. Very much so the parenting role. I think the best way though for Gargano to come out is with Theory trying to cash in, and he comes out and is like, whoa, this is not the time. Like Roman standing in the ring, standing tall after a match. That's not an easy man to beat right now. You need to slow down. I think that's a wise move. But in terms of Dexter, I think it's just put everybody on notice. And so I really like that through and beyond the next several pay-per-views. He doesn't have to actually get in and do anything. And then some night when Indy's late or, she's talking to Dexter on the phone and we see only her side of talking. And she goes, yeah, I'm going to be a little late because Candy is missing Johnny, who's off doing autographs or something. And, implying but not actually having that. And so Dexter actually gets in. I don't like the idea of the person he attacks being KO. I think that is somebody who can carry a really good set of matches with him.
Gargano and KO?
No, Dexter and KO. I want to see him catch KO in the back and just make him go to sleep. Just fucking make him go to sleep and sit there petting his head while he's on his lap. So that's who I want the first feud to be with. AJ would make a great match. We already know that Ciampa could make a great match. I don't think Bobby Lashley's the right guy. I think when you pull that title off of Bobby Lashley, whomever it is, the next step is to have him in the world title picture, which needs to be some type of schmoz, preferably some type of gauntlet match where he struggles to get through the 7th or 8th person. So for Bobby Lashley, but I want to see it be KO. I think KO is the right guy to have that feud with, where KO just obviously has an outspoken issue with weirdness. He had it with Sammy. He has it right now with.
Well, that's
Ezekiel
done finally.
Oh. Is it?
I
just
think it's
because he destroyed him doesn't mean it's over. There's brothers, bud.
I think it's done.
I have this is my theory. I think him destroying Ezekiel was
Elias coming back.
Was Triple H's way to bring Elias back.
To let him have enough time off to grow a beard.
Yeah. Time off to grow a decent beard, and then Elias
that doesn't mean that
back.
Feud's over.
No, the feud can still go, but now it would be with Elias, not with Ezekiel.
Yes. Anymore. So, but I feel like you can go into, because KO, I mean, his character has done well with, you're fucking weird, and I'm gonna kick your ass for it.
KO does good with anything though. Anything he touches.
And so that's why I think that gives us the ability to show the great character work that Samuel Shaw has done in Dexter Loomis. And KO can really feature how great KO is. Like, what the fuck is wrong with it? Like, a backstage where where Dexter's just staring somebody down. He just walks by and he goes.
Is this a
That's
professional
how the
mime or
KO
what?
feud starts. What?
You a wrestler or are you a mime, pal? Huh? You gonna talk? You gonna talk?
Well,
You're just gonna do hand
I mean,
gestures?
the initial thing for KO would probably just be just very animated face, like what the fuck? You can even have him go, what the, and not finish because obviously you can't say fuck on USA Network.
Oh, you can. It's PG-14.
At PG-14, you can get away with it one time.
Yeah.
After
Oh,
ABM.
fuck.
Nope, just like PG-13, you can get away with it. Because again, remember, it's cable, and cable doesn't have the same broadcast rules. So
as long as it's not on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Spider.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I live in the country. I live in the middle of nowhere.
That's fair.
Did you enjoy that video, though? One of my basement security cameras?
Yeah, I would have burned the house down.
Well, I couldn't. I was at work when it happened. I looked at it. I was like, "Oh my god!"
What
that
fell
was
down,
crazy.
though?
That
I don't know
is
if that was a
plausible
piece of
deniability.
It was a
No,
spider
it was a spider
and it
crawling
went
down right
down
in front of his
the
security camera.
My security camera in my basement. Yeah,
I gotta rewatch that. Now I'm gonna.
it's
be
a
really
little
fucking...
one. I mean, he was probably a little guy. He probably just went.
Yeah,
right.
he was literally right in front of the lens, and so he looked ginormous. But yeah, he could have.
Yeah. Okay. Could have been a little guy. That's fucking creepy. Jesus.
It was cool. Well, the creepier thing is not that, but getting an alert when you haven't had any outdoor alerts on your home, and you've got cameras all over outside too, and then suddenly you have an alert that there's somebody in your basement. You're like, "There's nobody at my house." Did they parachute through my roof? Fucking Santa.
Ghost light.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
No, Spider-Man couldn't get to his house. There's nothing to swing off of.
I got that big tree.
Yeah, you got to get
It's
close
getting
enough
here
to
that
it.
would suck.
Yeah. Can't do
You'd
it.
have to hoof it through the corner.
There's a reason Spider-Man stays pretty exclusively in New York City.
That's it. So many
You
fucking
didn't
buildings.
even do a whole lot of Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's why they.
So yeah,
that's why Spider-Man wouldn't work in Royals.
I genuinely have Dexter just be creepy for
KO Dexter. That'd be dope.
Yeah, and I landed KO Dexter, and I do, maybe 50-50 booking or a 3-2 or 3-1 or 2-1 KO victory, but in the booking. But I certainly don't think Dexter Loomis would hurt KO, and I think KO could really vaunt Dexter Loomis.
Yeah. No, that would. I think they would both help elevate each other. Not that KO needs elevation, but would definitely make Dexter look more psychotic, because KO would just play that perfect, like, who the hell are you? What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Why are you so weird?
Are you gonna
Like,
talk?
crazy?
You could have the easel out and he's painting
That's
at one
it.
point. You gonna talk?
You gonna talk or what, bud? Like, the insane asylum's just across the street. I think you went the wrong way. Like, yeah. That'd be fun.
So
Yes.
those are our bookings.
Nice. Burp.
Okay.
I'm a man, baby. Anyway, you next fantasy, am I doing the next fantasy?
It's up to you, man. Mine is, I decided I'm gonna do, it's kind of a mini game, not really a fantasy, but a game. Because I think it would be fun to change things up a bit.
So mine's more of a discussion. It involves multiple wrestlers. So, and my discussion is, how does the new booking situation affect some people who are gone, temporarily gone? The primary of this story is obviously Cody Rhodes.
I almost think you're gonna have a Trips versus Cody down the line. I feel.
I don't know that Trips' heart can handle it.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Flair's heart could handle it.
yeah. Flair
Doesn't
did
have
not
doesn't have a pacemaker.
a pacemaker installed because he had a cardiac event that put him in the hospital. Also, I do want to point out Flair passed out twice during his match.
Yeah,
And it was a tag match.
it was due to dehydration, though.
That's what he says it was due, and fine. Even if you say it's due to dehydration, you know how dehydration causes you to why you pass out with dehydration, right? Because your blood gets too thick for your heart to pump accurately, right?
Right.
And you need your heart to be able to pump in these situations.
Right.
And Tripp's heart no likey pumping anymore.
No pumpy likey.
It's like no.
You know what likes pumping in my house? My right hand.
And so, to answer it from my standpoint, I don't really think too much is going to change in terms of the overall storyline for Cody.
Okay.
I think their plan is Cody is still the guy, the returning savior. I think Trips can be involved. In fact, you know, I do kind of see in the not too distant future. I kind of see Trips maybe becoming a part of the show more in a I hate to say authority figure standpoint, but that's kind of the easiest way to say it. That he's gonna become a part of the broadcast, maybe taking over instead of Adam Pearce. You know what I mean? But in the end, I think the storyline with Cody is going to be the same. It's him trying to make his way to the top so that he can get that belt that his dad never had. You know, that was the story that he was telling. I think that's the story that he's going to continue to go after. And it's, you know, all that's changed, to be perfectly honest, is it didn't happen already. Because I do think if Cody hadn't gotten injured, that Vince would have shotgunned him into a match by now. Right? That was the plan. And so, because Cody got injured, that probably just is going to make the story go better because he'll be put in a feud that actually matters instead of just now you're going after Roman. I think the biggest thing that's actually going to impact him is actually the separation of the Universal and WWE title that we hear reports is the main reason they brought fucking Karrion Kross back.
And I agree with maybe Fernando, except he's going to lose it before WrestleMania. And I think they might even have a Royal Rumble. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble wins the title scenario.
You're speaking.
Put Fernando's comment up, maybe, because at least, you know, Fernando gets some love. And I think that's maybe what they'll do, because I strongly think, well, I mean, until we get the Dwayne is down, you know what I mean? Until we get the Dwayne is absolutely down, he's booked, he's good, there's nothing coming up, no insurances are going to get in the way or whatever have you. But I think that would be a stellar moment, and Cody wins the Rumble, thus making him the first time ever winning a Rumble, also while first time ever winning the WWE Championship. I think that would be fuego, fire, and then he can dedicate it to Dusty, and then we're still going to get Roman versus The Rock at Mania. I think it just works. That'd be kind of cool. Because that's around the same time he would be able to come back, right, Cody?
Yeah,
roughly 6 months.
Roughly. Survivor Series or a little later.
Fair. So
I have to agree a little bit. I like in fact, it was alluded to a little bit last night that we're maybe getting some architect Seth Rollins, because of the pedigree and then the stomp. And I think you may get a backstage scene where Trips is not necessarily the authority because of his heart issues, but grabs Seth and says, "You take him out. He's been calling me out for years. You take him out by any means necessary."
That's kind of why I didn't want to say authority, because I kind of want him to be more like the corporate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Where
exactly.
we have a history, and I want this guy taken out. Not an authority, but
I
this
think
is
if
our-
anything, Trips would obviously be more than Steph, though, right? I don't think we're going to see Steph on TV ever anymore. But Trips, I could see us, if it works for the thing, I think he'll do it. We see him in pictures all the time when he's with the title and with other people, wrestlers with the title and so on. So he's kind of the go-to face guy of WWE. So I could certainly see that. But no, he won't be wrestling. But yeah, I could see backstage segment, take him out. And obviously Seth, Cody, they still haven't finished that, right? Seth ended him on the ramp with, I think, the stomp anyways. So that'll be
that's certainly a way to return.
And those 3 matches were still fire. Like, give me another one. I'll watch that over and over again.
Sup, Squash? How you doing?
What's up?
Squash.
Thanks
for coming in, good sir.
So to throw another name in there, Shane McMahon. Obviously, we know based on some of the stories that him and Steph are not on good terms. To say they're not necessarily on bad terms. They just, they aren't.
I think a lot of it has to
close.
stem from older stuff, though. I feel like no one really knows what's up with them now. I feel like it was just older stuff when they were younger. They didn't necessarily get along all too well. Based off all those reports, it felt like a lot of history from the past, but not necessarily how they are right now, is what I feel is not being reported. So I don't know where Shane is, or how Steph feels about Shane. Or maybe if Shane even freaking wants to.
Yeah.
He kind of left for a while, so sorry.
I don't think this really affects Shane's situation one way or another. I don't think Shane's coming back. Period.
That's fair. I mean, that's a fair statement.
And so it's not good for Shane. It's not bad for Shane. It's just I think Shane burned bridges more than just with Vince, but with lots of people, with the way he was trying to insist he be portrayed during the Royal Rumble. That rung a lot of people the wrong way. And so even though he's no longer has to worry about Vince isn't in charge of doing it. He still has to worry about the people. And I think Trips, just as much as anyone else, is still going to be hesitant to bring him back in any form.
No, that's a fair statement. I mean, that's kind of how I see that going as well. Third person, Charlotte Flair. JLB's muted himself, so I'm assuming maybe he's pooping.
Yeah, possibly. He likes to do that.
Eat more fiber.
Who does number 2 work for?
Anyway, Charlotte.
So,
what are your thoughts?
Charlotte,
I agree with you on Shane. I don't know that Shane will ever be back, but it's a name to mention because things are different.
Yeah, I mean Shane might be back in a on-screen appearance role at some point. I can't say he won't, but I think he's done performing. right? So, in terms of Charlotte, I think this will actually be good for Charlotte. And the reason I say I think it'll be good for Charlotte is I think Charlotte's gonna come back and she's gonna find that the competition is fiercer, and she's got a lot of, for lack of a better term, fresh meat.
Well, and more storytelling, I think, will occur for
And-
Charlotte. So,
And
You
because
think
of
she's turning
where-
face?
No, but there will
No.
be more people for her to prove herself against, right? Because I suspicion that we are going to see a lot more call-ups. Like not just a few, a lot. I have a feeling that we're gonna find ourselves with a whole lot of fresh names in the women's roster, because they have to. I mean, they've already started, with the tag tournament, started throwing together some teams and all that stuff. There's going to be more that happens out of that. And in the end, when Charlotte comes back, she'll effectively be able to say, look, there's a lot of fresh meat out here for me to show why I'm still the queen. Yep. Came to play ball.
yeah, he's definitely on point. So,
And so this fresh meat is going to be a lot of people for Charlotte to go against. And in the end, I think we'll find ourselves liking Charlotte. Not like liking her as a face. She's still going to be a heel, because that's the way that she's best, right?
yeah.
But I think part of why we had a problem with Charlotte recently was because it was the same thing over and over and over again, right? Every match was something we'd
Overbooked
seen.
dominant.
Well, and every match was something we'd seen 1,000 times before. Oh, Charlotte's going against Becky again. Great. Oh, now Charlotte's going against Asuka again. Great. Oh, now Charlotte's going against Sasha Banks again. Great. Oh, Sasha against Charlotte against Bayley again. Great. But now, not only does she have Liv Morgan, who wasn't really a competitor around when she was big, but they're gonna have a bunch of people. I'm talking. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see 7 or 8 call-ups from the women's roster in NXT. Indy being one of them.
Yeah.
I could see them calling up Toxic Attraction, maybe bringing Mandy back, but I think more
As that role, though,
Gigi and
not-
JC Jane. I would rather Mandy stay down in NXT. I think she works better down there right now, but as part of Toxic Attraction, it makes sense to bring her up as well. But so that's what I think. Charlotte's going to come out of this looking better than she has in a long time, if only because of increased competition for her to
Sure.
be against.
Sure. Brock Lesnar.
Will not show up until
You
Survivor
think he's
Series.
done? Do you really think he's done? Because we've seen great booking, and we know he gets along well with Trips.
That's why we
He's
won't
not- he
see
doesn't
him
get along
until
great
Survivor
with-
Series.
I mean,
I
he got along
done-
better
no.
with Vince, but
I don't think he's done. I just don't think he's modifying his deal, and he's just gonna do
What he wants.
whatever 8
One-offs.
matches a year that he did. He's gonna come back and wrestle on 8 pay-per-views and take his $2 million and go home.
Goldberg, that's still a contract.
It is a contract, but his contract was even less for less matches as a whole.
Yeah, it's
And
3 a
then-
year.
Yeah, and
Is this just the Saudi show?
Yeah.
Does he become the Undertaker?
This is the clash.
One
Exactly.
match a year at Saudi Arabia.
This is the Clash of the Castles. This is the Saudi Arabia shows. You bring Goldberg in. just as that attraction. Everyone knows fucking Goldberg. Everyone will chant his name, and that's it. Because Trips knows he's not going to get a good wrestling match out of Goldberg. No matter how much he books and how creative he does, Goldberg just can't go that long to be able to
Crushed
have
or
a
not crushed.
good
Yep,
match.
that's it. You're right.
Frankly, I even think it might go farther. I think Trips understands that there's not a ton of good feelings towards Goldberg from the current audience. And I think even though, I mean, they've let people out of contracts before, they'll do it again.
Yeah,
I think
maybe you pay him not to have the contract.
Yeah, I think they buy him out of his contract and they say, listen, man, now it's time for you to retire. It's time for
Legends
you to
contract, you want to come back and ref a match.
Yeah. Legends contracts, we're gonna bring you in to do signings and appearances, and that's about it. We'll stick you in the HOA. You know what I mean?
These two comments actually bring up a couple other names. Brock versus Cross. Of course, we already know where Karrion Kross is at with this. But one name to mention is somebody who beat Brock and beat Goldberg. And that is one Adam Scherr, also known as Braun Strowman.
No, don't bring Braun anywhere.
Do you think he comes back?
No.
Well, he's better than Omos.
Yeah.
You want a giant. You want a big indestructible dude. There's your guy.
Yeah, you build someone else up. You don't bring Adam Scherr back. He's too much of a publicity massacre, man. Too much of a PR massacre there.
I also think he's put way too much recently into the control your narrative concept.
Okay.
Like his entire Twitter feed is about taking control over things. And for him to come back to WWE now undermines all the effort that he's put into it for now. I don't think he wants to come back. I think he's to the point where he's like, this is my chance to prove that I'm not a WWE guy. I'm a wrestler. So I don't think you don't think
we see Adam Scherr in a WWE ring again?
I don't think not anytime soon, at least.
I would say that is a resounding market agreement. I think most people agree with that. I don't know that Adam Scherr is worth $1 million a year or more.
No. I mean, as a big man, yes, I guess. But why? How much is AJ?
There is something to be said for a big man that's beatable, and we've proven that Braun is beatable. The last name I'm going to name is the one that everyone has been talking about, that released a beautifully written Twitter statement yesterday that said nothing and indicated everything. Or said everything and indicated nothing. Gave us no information whatsoever. And that is one Wyndham Rotunda, i.e. Bray Wyatt, i.e. Y at 6, i.e.
I mean, Wyatt versus Loomis. Let's go. Bring on the crazy. If Wyatt can be creative with that storyline as he's creative with his other shit, that'd be a fun time too.
How do you bring him back? Are you bringing back the Fiend? Are you bringing back? By the way, congrats to JoJo on her very beautifully written tweet on Realty, since her and Bo and maybe Wyndham's a little bit, maybe Wyndham's in it a little bit. I don't know, but they all do Realty in some way, shape, or form. And she said this week, when you call the other realtor and it's not listing until the open house, and then she posted a picture of Bray Wyatt with "Let me in," which I think is hilarious to go because the other realtor won't let you in. I think that's fantastic. But what do you think happens with Bray? I mean, other than him pairing up with Dexter Loomis, do we get a new character?
I think maybe the Swamp character will come back.
You think Rocking Chair Bray?
Yeah. because that was honestly a great time. I loved his segments. I think the fans.
I mean,
will
they
eat
fucked
that
up 3
again.
different versions of that. Well, Husky Harris is gonna fuck up. Getting rid of that was a good idea. But what's your thoughts, Smarks? Obviously, you might think he's not even coming back. Based on the tweet, you have no fucking clue where he's going, and he said everything.
I think Wyndham Rotunda is very, very, very good at marketing himself and trolling the crowds. And he's been doing it for months.
Yeah.
For Double or Nothing, he tweeted out a picture of him in the airport for the city that AEW was holding Double or Nothing at, right? When WWE had WrestleMania, was it Dallas this year, right?
He got caught in the audience.
He tweeted out like his location, saying, "Hey, it's so great to be in Dallas or whatever." He's been doing this trolling since the beginning. I don't think that's going to change. I don't think he's coming back to WWE anytime soon, but I also don't think he's coming to AEW anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't really know what's moving there. The one implication he made is that he wants to wrestle again. That's the primary implication he made out of that text. But where is beyond everyone?
And I don't know. I feel like if he's gonna come back, he's gonna go somewhere where he can promote his movie or something. If that ever gets released to any kind of, even if it's an independent film or something, which I imagine it will be, he'll come back for something to do with that. I don't think he's thinking about. I think he wants the need to wrestle, but I feel like he's also very content with just taking his break and doing other stuff, helping his brother with the realtor stuff and all that, and a well-deserved break. But, he could also be having that inkling to want to wrestle again. And I don't know. I honestly now at this rate don't see him going anywhere aside from WWE, though. I think Triple H will give him that creative control. I don't know his relationship with Trips, but I'm sure it's better than the relationship he had with Vince. So
I think Tripp sees the value there.
Yeah,
and I think Steph
and will appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely.
A side note along with that, and this is just, I know I said that was the last one, but there's a guy who just was introduced into the Hall of Fame last year or this year in 2022. And he ended his Hall of Fame speech with "Never say never." Do we see Undertaker again because of this?
No,
I don't think so. Not especially not after we saw the Ric Flair. He saw the Ric Flair last match.
Yeah. So I'm gonna amend my thing. No,
unless it's cinematic.
Well, or more specifically, in a major one-off thing. And that's where I think maybe a few years down the road, he's going to be like, yeah, I'll do it, but I don't think.
I think Mark Calloway is happy being retired.
Yeah.
I think The Undertaker might want one more match, and that's why he said that. But I think Mark Calloway is happy being retired. And the person driving that ship now is Mark Calloway. It's not The Undertaker anymore.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said for that.
I think the decision for Undertaker to hang up his boots was made at the Goldberg match. And it just took him basically a year.
This is dangerous, and I could be hurt, and he could be hurt, and I can no longer stop other people from being hurt.
And he's also big on loyalty, and he was very loyal to Vince. So I think he might say, well, you know what? Vince is done. I'm kind of done, not in a Brock kind of fashion, but just out of the sake of loyalty. This is an end of a Vince era. I was part of that Vince era for 30 years. He's done. I'm just kind of done. You know what? Maybe that's my sign to just really officially say fuck it.
Do you think he introduces a next generation dark character that comes out to introduce somebody else?
I don't think so, but I can't
Or
rule it out 100%.
You know, he's never been the special guest referee. That's 2 choke slams and done.
I could see him potentially transitioning into a character, like a
American
Paul Bearer.
Badass.
Well, like a Paul Bearer, where he's the spokesperson for.
Oh yes.
But
my murderer.
I don't know. I think it's literally going to be either American Badass or Dead Man Ink Taker. I don't think we're going to see Undertaker, Black Stuff, Dong mode anymore. I think that's officially done now that we've seen him everywhere. He was even on he's done every interview possible everywhere, and that's what you're going to see. You're going to see him as regular Mark Calloway, Dead Man Inc. or American Badass, white trash American Taker, no longer Dead Man Inc.
I could see Mark Calloway being the special guest referee for Rock and Roman.
I don't think you need him there
because of his involvement with the NY family. I don't think you need it, but
yeah, I still don't see Rock and Roman actually happening. But that's me, and we've gone over
fantasy booked that before. Yeah,
we've gone over that 1,000 times, so I'm not gonna bore people with that. But I just don't see it actually happening. Yeah, I at best I would see him coming back as a manager, and I don't even really see that happening.
I can see him inducting people into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he'll show up for Hall of Fame ceremonies.
I can see him having backstage segments with Trips.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that was better than ours. Type things. Watch-alongs. They do some watch-alongs on the network. We don't get that because
I could see him transitioning into a Stone Cold podcast host.
Yeah, I can see that too.
More of a storytelling, less of an interview show. Just hey, let's bullshit about Bone Street Crew. Fernando thinks that he could come back to bury them alive forever. Brock versus Roman. I do think that's done. They do work very well together. But at the end of the day, I have to agree with Smarks. I think Brock Lesnar is I'm going to do my contracted amounts, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. And frankly, do his contracted amounts until the end of his contract, and then,
right off into the sunset.
Right off into the sunset, and fucking retire to his ranch in Canada and hunt and live his best life
and be merry. Yeah. So, all right, that's my challenge. I wanted to get us 20, 25 minutes, so I got us that. And that's why I kept throwing names at you. Sorry. I think that conversation will be able to last for a long, long time. But those are people we haven't seen what's happening. And we already talked Gargano.
Okay.
Would be nice to see TBar get a change.
Which apparently is going to happen. There's been rumors about that.
Might get that Dijakovic back.
Yeah, the rumors are that TBar is going to be repackaged, potentially back to Dijakovic or Dijak. And so
that would be much better. I mean, you lost Keith Lee. There are some big names that you lost because of before that you probably won't get back. You probably won't get back Keith Lee. which sucks because Keith Lee belongs in the land of giants. I hate to take him away from AEW, but
I don't think. I mean, Triple H will book Keith Lee better than Vince did, no doubt about it. If he were to come back, but
sure.
I don't
I don't
think
think it happens.
I don't think it happens. But I don't think Triple H will book Keith Lee better than TK eventually will. Like, I mean, TK's already pushed him to tag team champions, and I think that's just going to continue. But
I think the travel schedule is going to play into some of these contracts a lot more now.
it is.
And I think that's part
Now
of the
that-
reason you use NXT as a more fluid movement for your main roster people. Let them have a breakdown, not traveling and doing NXT.
Who was Dustin Rhodes talking about?
Good story.
No. When he said, "Well, if you want to just leave AEW, just shut up and leave already."
He's not talking about specific people. They were just asking him questions. It was in an interview before it came out in the thing, and people just asked him, "What do you say about if this situation with Triple H, to the people backstage who are intrigued by Triple H being in power and might want to go back or go to WWE," and his response was,
You ain't happy in AEW, get the F out.
Get the fuck out, I mean, we're not gonna pander to people, he says that this is the best time to be a professional wrestler. You've got two major territories you can go to, major federations, right? And you can have all the fun that you want. And if you're not having the fun here, and a lot of people are reading it in like he's being angry and saying, if you don't like AEW, get the fuck out. I don't think that's the way. I don't think that's what he meant. I think what he meant was, from a personal standpoint, if you don't like something, then change it, right? If you're not happy at your job, then change it and get a different job, right? And that's what I think he meant it at. If you're not happy in AEW, then clear the space for someone who is going to be happy in AEW.
Go be 7 in WCW. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Whoops.
Okay. So it is my turn. Wow, says someone.
Wow.
Sorry, Hassan. I'm putting this one up first.
That's fine. Do I think MJF will be in the WWE? I think if he gets released from his contract or his contract expires, he will probably get an offer from WWE. Yes. Do I think TK is going to let his contract expire or let him out of his contract? I don't think so. I think there's a storyline going on right now, and they're really working everyone. But B.
Oh, so you think it's still a work? Okay.
Yep. I think it's so much a work because if it was a shoot, Tony Khan would have released him by now and put him in a 90-day no compete, right? But he didn't. He didn't release him. He didn't put him in a 90-day no compete, right? To me, that means that there's something going on behind the scenes where they're building up to something, and whether that's MJF storming back at All Out next month and maybe interfering in a match and asserting his thing or something. Maybe it's going to go longer, but I don't think he's being released right now. So
now, quickly to refer to wow, I believe that was in regards to my 7 remark.
mm-hmm.
I think that really is a just, and we're doing well. Thank you very much, Hassan.
Yep, not too shabby.
The number one is it is a hot take. Number 2, when you're not happy with an organization, I think probably the best example of that is Dustin Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he left WCW, got Gold Dust, which was a fantastic gimmick that he really embraced and did very, very well with. And then he didn't like how it got booked, so he went back to WCW for a very short-lived time, cut a killer promo about how horrible the gimmick he was given was, and immediately was released, went back to WWE, then left there, went to TNA/Impact, and had a fairly good gimmick in Black Reign, but did not like it eventually, and went back to WCW or WWE and enjoyed a more comedic, easier flowing Goldust with the stutter. He's okay with people not liking what they're in because he's experienced not liking what you're in. And so he's changed that. He's, to use a term that EC3 coined, controlled his narrative multiple fucking times. More than anybody else in the industry. He is the definition of, if you don't like it, and it's enough to not deal with, to take a pay cut, or enough to try something different, then do it. Try something different. And I think that also gives one really great implication that the door will probably still be open for you to come back.
Yeah. And if
you're good, the door will be open.
Yeah.
If you're not, and this is not a knock on some of the people who won't be back in AEW, but if you're not, there's always the indie circuit, which is bigger than it's ever fucking been. For that reason, Marco Stunt will always have a job. Will Marco Stunt ever be a world champion somewhere? No. Does his gimmick have to involve being a small human being? Yeah, he is one. Under the same token, will Joey Janela ever be a main television product world champion or upper card or even top mid card champion? Probably not. Can Joey Janela put on a bloody ass match? Fuck yeah, he can. Does that work on the indies anywhere he wants it to? Yeah. Can he get paid $10,000 for showing up? Yeah, he can. So he's okay with that. I think what Goldust is saying, or what Dustin Rhodes is saying, is go do what you do.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's why so many people are playing it off like he was angry, and he's like, and that's why I point out to JLB that I don't think it was aimed at any specific person. I think it was just him saying, if you're not happy, change things, right? And that goes to anything, right? If you're working at a gas station and overnights and you're not happy, then change things.
Yeah, there's places to wait tables. There's other places to work.
Anyways, we're gonna move on to my game.
Your game. Let's do this.
So
Here
my
we go.
game, like I said, mine is a game, not a fantasy booking. I'm gonna one at a time. I'm gonna put 2 minutes on a clock. I got a timer on my phone here. 2 minutes on a clock. I will be thinking of a wrestler, and one of you, one at a time, will have to try to guess that wrestler. You can ask yes or no questions, and I will answer them to the best of my knowledge. And you have to see if you can get to that wrestler, right? Do you understand?
Yep.
Clear? Okay.
Yes.
So,
You're on screen. Go.
okay. JLB, your 2 minutes starts now.
Does your person have a beard?
No.
Has your person worked in WWE and AEW?
WWE, yes. AEW, no.
Okay. Is the person still currently in WWE?
No.
Is the person in the 90s era?
Yes.
Was the person in the Attitude Era?
Yes.
So like 96. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I could still ask, right? So 2 minutes and I do my answer.
You can always try to guess in any time, but
The Rock.
no.
Austin.
No.
Yeah, he had a beard. Sorry. Does your person have long hair?
Sometimes.
Is your person white?
Yes.
Is your person Canadian?
I don't believe so.
Okay, fair.
No.
No. Okay. Is your person American?
Yes.
Okay, still doesn't help me. Did this person have a catchy saying? Slogan?
No.
Slogan? No. Okay. Did this person have? This person's a male?
Yes.
Did
Okay. 2 minutes up. Final guess.
Attitude.
Do I get a steal?
If he does not get it, you get a chance. Yes.
So I am going to go with. I am going to go with. No, he's not. He's not American. I'm going to go with. Zach Allen. I got nothing.
Nope.
You said sometimes long hair.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with is your person the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels?
No. Now
He has a beard.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. Now he does.
I will give you the option for 2 minutes worth of guesses for yourself. 2 minutes worth of questions on this one.
No, I want new ones.
Okay.
Oh, on the same person?
On the same person.
Oh no, yeah, I'll do the same person. That's fine.
Okay. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay. Is your person considered a heavyweight?
Yes.
Has your person been a world champion?
On the majors, not world. No.
WWE also included.
Yes.
Okay. Was your person in WCW?
Yes.
Is your person Dean Malenko?
No.
Is your person Psychosis?
No.
Was your person a cruiserweight?
No.
You said your person doesn't have a beard.
He's American.
He's American. Is he tall?
That's very vague.
Is he
taller
above
than
6
6
foot
feet?
tall? Is he above 6 foot tall?
Build at 6'3".
Build at 6'3". He's a mid-carder. Doesn't have a beard.
Bret Hart?
No, Bret Hart's not a mid-carder and held the title.
And he's also not American.
Is your it's American, so it's not Owen either. Was your person ever in a tag team?
Yes.
Was he consistently in a tag team?
He was involved in many teams.
Was he in a faction?
At one point, yes.
Mr. Ass. Is your person Mr. Ass, Billy Badass Gunn?
No. He
Okay.
was. Because you said he wasn't in AEW, right?
Correct.
Oh,
Okay.
Shit. Okay. It's tough to remember all these questions.
Yeah.
Multiple teams.
Final guess.
Is your person Brad Armstrong, or i.e. Jesse James, i.e.
No.
He had a beard.
Oh, he did have a goatee. Fuck. Your guess. You get a steal one too.
We're still going to keep with this?
No,
Well,
did you steal? Or are you going to
You
steal?
just get a chance to make one guess.
Oh. Gangrel.
No. but oddly, in a way, closer than some of the other.
Oh fuck! It's Christian. Fuck no.
Was it an
that's
AEW?
Never mind. Yeah, he's
Nope,
an AEW.
it's not
so
Christian. I'd say in a way closer, and that in a way was sort of physical appearance. The answer I was looking for was Kurt Hennig, Mr.
Oh,
Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
Never a world champion.
In a major.
Still,
in any of the
still
majors.
horrible to hear that. I still can't believe that.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's a travesty on its own.
He was both a U.S. champion in WCW and an Intercontinental champion 2 times in WWF. And so I mean, that was close.
Yeah.
We'll do another one here.
That was a good one. That's fun.
That's a really fun game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So since
JLB
JLB went first the last one, we will do DA Fabe going first for this one. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Does the audience identify your person as a male?
Yes.
Was your person part of the Attitude Era?
Yes.
Was your person part of the Ruthless Aggression Era?
When did Ruthless Aggression officially start?
2002.
Yes.
Was your person a world champion?
Yes.
Was your person... is your person currently still wrestling?
No.
Does your person have a bald head?
No.
Short hair?
It's complicated.
Long hair?
Also complicated.
Okay. Odd. You said your person has not been a world champion?
You did not ask that.
Has your person been a world champion?
He has been.
Has been. In WWE?
Yes.
Does your person currently have a beard?
No.
Is your person currently involved with wrestling?
No.
No podcast, nothing.
No.
That you know, no major podcasts. Okay. Is your person in politics?
No.
Just had to ask. That would have narrowed it down to Mick, JBL, or yeah. Was your person part of a faction?
Yes.
Oh.
Was your person a gimmick wrestler?
No.
Is your person done movies?
No.
Oh my. Is your person American?
No.
Is
Final
your person,
final guess.
Is your person Bret the Hitman Hart?
During the Ruthless Aggression Era?
No. Although I will make a correction. And give you one more guess because of correction. Technically, yes, American.
Technically, yes, American.
Mm-hmm. But
God dang it, you really fucked me on that one.
Fuck does that mean?
when you figure out who it is, you'll know why I had to say technically yes.
Not currently involved in wrestling. Former world champion. Is your person the Undertaker?
No. JLB, your shot. 2 minutes.
Crap. Yeah, you're right. It is hard to remember all these fucking questions.
Who had both long and short hair in those eras?
Yeah. Was he ever in WCW?
Yes.
Is it Hulk Hogan?
No.
Is he taller than 6 feet?
No.
Not taller than 6 feet. Okay.
I didn't ask the facial hair question if you need to ask it.
No. Does he have a beard?
He was known for having some facial hair at times, yes.
Does he
Oh, no,
have
he didn't
blonde
have a
hair?
gimmick.
No.
He didn't have a
Does he have black hair?
Yes.
Did he have a catchy slogan?
Yes.
What is Jack Swagger?
No.
What is Jack Swagger? MMA wrestler and former professional wrestler.
Oh, he's former professional wrestler. Shit. Okay.
No, we never said former for this. Well,
Yes,
he's
you
no
did.
longer.
Well, he's no longer wrestling.
So,
Okay. So former professional wrestler and not in movies and has been a champion and has been also in WCW. Jesus Christ. He's been a WWE champion though?
Yes. In fact, I'll give a freebie hint: more than his WCW championships.
Well, it's not Booker T. Is he white?
No. Final guess?
Do you got a good one there, Fabe? Because holy shit.
And he's booked over 6 foot?
No.
No, under.
Oh, I do think I know who it is.
And it's this is a re-ask from the previous one, and you said it's the Ruthless Aggression era, correct?
He was in Ruthless Aggression era, yes.
Does he wear? No, that won't tell me anything.
Time for your final guess, one way or another.
Does he wear shorts as his ring attire?
I'm not answering another question because it's time for you to
Oh.
to make a guess.
Chris Benoit.
No, incorrect.
And correct is Fernando Zayas at Latino Heat.
Correctamundo. Good job, Fernando.
I'm sitting here waiting for him to make his guess so I can say it's Latino Heat. And I'm like,
No, I
and then he puts
was
it up.
trying to look at Fernando's thing
As
though.
soon as he put it up in the comments, I was like, JLB's
Like,
getting
fuck.
this.
No, I didn't want to look.
Fernando got it. It was
Fucking Fernando.
I knew it
Eddie
slightly
Guerrero.
before Fernando had posted it, and then I was like,
which is why I was flummoxed. That's why I had to ask when Ruthless Aggression technically started, because
yeah, he was there for
he was there for the beginning of it. But as long as it started when it did, and not a few
Right.
years later.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Rest in peace, Eddie.
Ooh, that's a fun one. Do it again.
Yeah, we both lost here. Fernando won technically. We need another one.
yeah. Well, we're doing more. We're doing more. Yeah. Now you know why I had to answer. It's complicated for
The hair.
the hair, because he had both short and long hair at the same time. You know,
I mean, few people rocked a mullet quite as well.
That's fair.
Also, and anytime you ask something about current, I had to stop myself from laughing. Does he currently have a beard? No. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not entirely up on whether the whole myth of your hair and your fingernails still grows is real or not.
I think at this
I
juncture
like
it
the
would be
Scott
done
Cryptic.
growing, though.
Yeah, I'm not a mortician.
You gotta go first.
JLB gets to go first with this one. 2 minutes on the board, starting now.
Is she a female or
No.
okay? So has he been a world champion?
Yes.
Has he been in WWE?
Yes.
Is he currently still in WWE?
Not active.
Not active. Did he start in the Attitude
That's
Era?
a huge clue.
Not active. I know. Did he start in the WWE era? Attitude Era?
Attitude Era. Technically, sort of. Not really.
Not
I'm going to
really.
say no officially.
No.
But
No. Okay.
So-
Has he been in
sort of.
WCW?
no.
Does he have hair? Does he have short hair?
Yes.
Does he have a catchy catchphrase?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
At least not in wrestling.
Okay. He's not in. Has he been in movies?
Yes.
Is he white?
Yes.
Has he had a really popular gimmick?
Yes.
Did he start before the Attitude Era?
Not on TV, no.
He's been in movies.
Hasn't been in WCW.
Hasn't been in WCW. Has he been in TNA? Impact?
No. Final guess.
Oh fuck. Does he the don't think so, not a thing. Damn it. Is he taller than 6 feet?
I can't give you any more answers because it's time for a final
You said
guess.
it was the final guess.
Yeah, final guess.
Final question.
Guess.
Final guess.
Not
Okay.
final question,
my bad,
final
my
guess.
bad, my bad. I am going to go with. I'm going to go with Chris Nowinski.
No.
Was never a world champion.
Right. He was never a world champion.
Yeah, and I said this guy was a champion.
Shit. Okay. Right.
Okay.
I just got nothing.
Okay. DA Fabe, you ready?
Yeah.
Your 2 minutes starts now.
Born in the U.S.
Yes.
Major player in the six players of the Attitude Era. Kurt Angle, Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker.
Attitude Era, no.
No, he was not. Okay. But he was in the Attitude Era.
I said officially I'm saying no. He didn't show up on television until later.
Oh, okay. Not active with WWE, but was with WWE. Can you see him?
He's been in movies, but
This guy said he'd been in movies.
That's a really complicated one to answer.
Is it John Cena?
It is not John Cena.
Okay.
You'll understand why that's complicated once you know who it is.
Okay. Is he over 6 foot?
Yes.
Was he part of a faction?
Yes.
Did he lead a faction?
I don't think he was ever the leader of a faction.
Okay. Is it Randall Orton?
No.
Okay, just making sure. He's been in movies. Does he have a belly button tattoo? Or lots of tattoos?
He does have a fair amount of tattoos.
shit, we never
Is
asked
it Dave
tattoo
Bautista?
questions.
It is Dave Bautista.
Give me what I
is-
want. It's a very catchy wrestling thing.
For one feud. Doesn't work.
It wasn't.
But it went
wasn't-
viral.
But it wasn't a catchphrase because it wasn't something he used repeatedly. That's what catchphrases are. But I said he does sort of have catchphrases that came from his non-wrestling thing,
Which were what?
which are all of his different phrases from
Drax.
his Drax. Which is
Drax,
also
okay.
why it was
Nothing
hard.
goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it.
Which is also why it was hard to answer, can you see him? Because Drax has mastered the art of invisibility.
That's true. It's true. That's why I was like, okay, so it's gotta be Cena. All right, this one's me first. I feel like the second person has an advantage.
The second
Yeah,
person
for sure.
definitely has an advantage.
But the first person has all the guesses for the first 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Trying to find a really good one real quick.
Oh, great. It's going to be a fucking mid-carder. Another fucking Chris Nowinski question.
Okay. D.A. Fabe, your 2 minutes starts now.
Is this person identified as a male?
No.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So obviously short. Former world champion?
Yes.
WWE?
Yes.
Current wrestler?
No.
Been a part of a faction? The question mark tells me, is it Lita?
No.
Okay. But it is a question mark in your head.
Technically part of a faction
Group.
at one point.
Okay. Is it Molly Holly?
No.
Is it Beth Phoenix?
No.
Is it Attitude Era at all?
Yes.
Okay. Has she had a relationship with wrestlers?
I think so.
Okay. Is it Medusa?
No.
Is it Sable? Well, Sable, has had a relationship with wrestlers. So that's not a thing. So,
You said she's been a world champion, right?
she's been a world champion. Was she part of Right to Censor? Probably not.
No.
Is she a fitness model now?
Now,
Was she then?
maybe. Yes.
Is it Trish Stratus?
It is Trish Stratus.
Snap. Okay.
That's
I
what
thought you were
said.
gonna go vague with like Jacqueline or something to like. I instantly thought of.
No, I wanted to keep it someone. I always try to keep it someone that you guys have a chance of eventually getting.
That's fair.
Like,
We doing any more of these?
yeah.
2 more rounds?
Yep. I just
Maybe if having a smoke would help me out, perhaps.
this one might be too hard. Yeah, that one's unfair. Unfairly hard.
Unfair.
I keep thinking we're gonna get like Dr. Isaac Yankem, and you're gonna tell us it's not Kane, which would really piss me off.
I know, right? I'm looking for that smart aleck fucking gimmick. No, I was just talking about that gimmick.
Okay. So since DA Fabe went first, JLB goes first on this one.
2-0, bud. Bring your A game.
2-0. You got one.
I stole one from you too.
You didn't steal shit. Fernando got that one.
No, he got Batista. He stole Batista from you, and he got
Got out,
Trish
got
Stratus.
Trish Stratus.
Yeah, that's fair. Nice. I suck at this game, clearly.
Boom.
Can you guess who? That's the mystery. Clearly, never played this game.
Okay. JLB.
Is
your
this
2
based on
minutes.
the Guess Who challenge that we did a little while back?
No,
Where it said don't cop out and use Guess Who?
in fairness, there's a I think they do a wrestling podcast, but it's a TikTok that TikTok account I follow, and they do guess the wrestler, but they only do 60 seconds on the clock. So
They have their questions on point.
yeah, They have to go like really on point for it. And so I'm giving you guys more time because you're new and everything. Because it's a new game. So JLB, your 2 minutes starts now.
Is your person a female?
No.
Person a male?
Yes.
Has your person been in WCW?
Yes.
Has your person been in WWE?
Yes.
Has it been in Impact?
Yes.
Have they been a world champion
Yes.
in WWE?
WWE? No.
Have they been a world champion on Impact?
I don't believe so. No.
So they've been a champion in WCW.
Yes.
Okay. Is your person in the Attitude Era?
Yes, during that time period.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. And does your person wear a mask?
One time briefly.
Okay.
I think, if I'm remembering the storyline right.
Is your person taller than 6 feet?
Yes. I was pretty sure, but I wanted to make sure.
And he was world champion in WCW. Okay. Is your person white?
Yes.
Is your person have a catchy catchphrase?
Yes.
In wrestling? Okay.
Yes.
Has he been in movies?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, technically, yes. Movie.
A movie. Okay. Does your person have black hair?
No. And time for your final guess.
Oh my God. Is your person bald?
Final guess.
Goldberg.
No. DA Fabe, you ready? 2 minutes starts now.
Is your person in the comments right now? Because I think he nailed it.
I don't know. I'm not looking.
Okay.
Bang!
Does your person own a yoga company?
Yes.
I have to admit that this is a cheat, and I won't give the point for this, but is your person DDP?
It is indeed DDP.
He was in Impact?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was.
Oh. Shit.
And the reason I had to say I think one time he wore a mask, the stalker angle in
Right.
WWF.
Yeah.
But I did not have it without those two, so good job, both of you guys.
Yeah, you guys are fucking clearly better in Guess Who than us.
We know how to ask the questions. We don't know how to fucking get the answer right, but we can ask the question.
Bam. All right. Who's next? Poor guy. He has to, I think he might have the hardest job.
Obviously,
Like,
you just said who's next.
And of course, he had a catchphrase. He had multiple catchphrases. And
feel the bang.
And he was in
You Like Me.
A movie.
I Like
a
Me.
movie.
Which
Because
movie was
almost everyone in WCW was in Ready
Was
to
in a
Rumble.
movie. Oh, yes, that's true.
Okay. DFAB, you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be, bud.
Your 2 minutes starts now.
Does your person identify as a male?
Yes.
Is your person over 6 foot?
Yes.
Does your person have short hair?
Yes.
Is your person an active wrestler?
No.
Is your person an Attitude Era wrestler? Time frame 95 to 2002. Sorry, 95 to 2002.
Yes.
Has your person been a world champion?
Yes.
Has your person been in WWE?
Yes.
Was that where their world championship was?
Yes.
Has your person been in WCW?
Technically, yes.
Did your person have a world championship there?
No.
Has your person been in Impact or TNA?
No.
Okay. And you said short hair? No, not short hair.
Let's just say he has had both short and long hair.
Okay. And your person's over 6 foot. Has your person been part of a faction?
Yes.
Was that faction in WWE?
Yes.
You said your person's not a current active wrestler. Are they actively involved in wrestling now?
Yes.
Is your person Triple H?
Yes.
Oh shit. He's getting
Boy,
better at this.
Watch Junkie beat me to it, even though I was solidifying it before I asked, and I didn't look down and see it. I genuinely guessed that, but good job. He guessed it probably about the same time as me.
Nice.
It was a hair before you said it, because I glanced over and I thought to myself, please don't look at the comments.
I would own it. Obviously, I did on the last one. So,
But
were you gonna do our normal game, pick a pass?
yes, we will also do.
Before we do that, I need you guys to pick right to left, 1 through 6. Actually, our wonderful comments moderator might get to pick, and then she would just pick 3 because she'd say 1 to 21.
Squash can pick.
6.
Squash 1 through
Squash,
6.
pick number 1 through 6. He says way before. Yeah, you came way earlier than I did.
4, he
4.
says.
Left to right, number 4 is this one right here. Prismatic, 4 cards. I'm done with the booster packs, so I apologize. These aren't going to be 15 cards. And I guess I could open all of them, then we'd have 24. But that would get into our picker pass. Oh, we have a gold card.
Hey.
We have one Mark Andrews from NXT UK. Oh, this is an exciting one. Stone Cold. Stone Cold.
Oh, nice.
Stone Cold. My second NXT 2.0 Joe Gacy. And my gold card, hopefully going to be back soon. One Sasha Bear.
Hey. It's boss time.
God, this picture, she's got her booty out. Ooh.
Do you think she's going to let other wrestlers get within 3 foot of her?
They're wrestlers. They're not lowly fans like us.
Well, I mean, then someone sent me a photo of fans actually hugging the female wrestlers, and some of them looked awkward as fuck.
Well, that's been a reoccurring thing.
But it's just like no touching. I get. Okay, say no touching, but like, come on, man. I'm paying $130. Let me just be right fucking beside you. No touching, I get. Completely understand that, but like, let me just be right beside you. It's a fucking picture that I'm paying for.
Yeah, let me stand next
Right
to you and give
beside
you my Rona.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Let's do pick or pass. Those of you who are new, pick or pass is our lovely game where we start off with 2 wrestlers. You have to pick one and pass the other one on to the next person and then add one to it, right? So we're going to start off with 2 wrestlers. And I think I went to JLB first last time, so I'm going to go to D.A. Fabe first this time. So D.A. Fabe, pick or pass? Triple H or HBK?
I'll take HBK. I know it's a bad decision, and most people would say Triple H. I am an HBK fan.
That's fair. No, I mean, that one's hard, though. I understand either way.
To give you a similarly hard one, Triple H or The Rock?
The Rock.
Rock
I'm sorry.
Dwayne Johnson.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson. Okay. So
Does your person have
Triple
long hair? Oh wait, no, different James. Sorry.
So Triple H or Austin.
You get shit for this, Triple H. Career longevity plays in.
What?
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 Done.
So Austin or The Undertaker?
Undertaker has longevity.
Undertaker. Well, Undertaker has not only longevity, but I think long-term more draw. Austin had more draw in a 4-year period, but there's 4 years. I mean, the dude's career was much longer than that, and he only had a draw for 4 years, and he needed Vince to do it. Like, that's not a dog on Austin, but
No.
that story didn't happen without Vince, and I think we can all agree with that.
And
So,
in those 4 years, I'm pretty sure Austin sold more shirts than The Undertaker did in his entire
absolutely. But WWE
that's fair.
ain't no pissant t-shirt company.
No, that's true.
They're an entertainment company, god damn it.
Pal.
Austin or Mrs. Foley's baby boy, Mick Foley. All faces of Mick Foley.
I'd probably go with Mick Foley. If I'm talking all faces,
This motherfucking shit talker over here twice has fucking picked against the shit he talked. Fernando's like Austin.
So Austin or Austin. Trying to just do someone who's. I feel like Austin's gonna be the odd one out, no matter what. Austin or Goldberg.
Austin.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, that's what I mean. He's gonna be out, as in like, because I don't know who else from the people we picked we would have not said Austin after that. So.
Well, there's several I would have chosen Austin over in that group, but it's all right.
Yeah. Goldberg or Scott Hall?
I'm a mark, man. I hate to say it. That short 4-year period was worth it. I know Scott Hall's a better buy, but when you're a mark, you're a mark. So, sometimes you chase Peyton Manning when Tom Brady's available. And so I'm going to chase Peyton Manning, and I'm going to take Goldberg.
Hey, yo.
Scott Hall or Kevin Nash? I will agree, Fernando. Scott Hall's the wise move. I'm a mark, and I admit it. I still mark out for fucking Goldberg matches other than the Undertaker one.
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall over Kevin Nash.
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't crazy on Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash is great. He's funny. Whatever. I enjoy him better in his movies than in his wrestling, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I have to agree. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 was fantastic.
And The Longest Yard. He was fucking hilarious in that too. So Kevin Nash.
At least we got a world champion back in the mix.
Or Braun
What?
Strowman.
I said what I said. That's the easy pick.
Kevin Nash.
I don't know. Braun Strowman's versatile. Didn't break his quad, tear his quad. I don't know.
He also didn't powerbomb Eric Bischoff through a table.
Yeah. He also
This is
didn't
true.
co-found one of the most influential groups in the history of professional wrestling. That is still
Both politically behind the scenes and on screen.
That is still the number one T-shirt merch seller in the industry to this day.
There are 4 wrestlers I mark out for it. That's one of them. So,
okay, so Braun Strowman or Eric Rowan.
Braun Strowman,
Okay.
Eric Rowan, or specifically Preacher Man Bray Wyatt. Wyatt family Bray.
Wyatt family Bray. Eric Rowan is Redbeard, right?
Yes, Eric Redbeard.
Okay.
Yes. I said specifically in hopes that you would maybe like
Nope.
Eric Rowan, but I don't know that.
Nope. Bray Wyatt, all facets of Bray, or Brody Lee. Or all facets of Brody Lee. Which would Luke Harper. That's
Luke Harper.
I almost forgot his fucking WWE name.
This one's really tough because long run, I think Brody Lee had the chance to be the bigger star long run. But history is what history is. And his chance was cut short. And going off
He was
of
just
that,
going at his peak. That's it.
Going off that, I have to say Bray. I would have preferred Brody. So
I thought it was Eric Rowan versus Brody Lee.
Was Eric Rowan? Anyways, Eric Rowan. Doesn't matter. I just unfortunately, it just comes down to one of them still doing it and has a chance to maybe have a bigger career down the road. So, Brody Lee or Brian Pillman.
Hindsight being 2020. A year, God, that's fucked up. A year and a half ago, with Brody Lee still wrestling, I would have chosen Brian Pillman. But there's something to be said for the wake, the wake of the waves that Brody Lee made in the very short time that he got to be Brody Lee. So I'm going to take Brody Lee. I'm going to get out of the morbidity a little bit. I'm going to go Brian Pillman or Arn Anderson.
I've seen more of Brian Pillman than I have Arn Anderson. I feel like he's a big Arn Anderson fan, so I'm going to say Brian Pillman, and I'll give you Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson or Ric Flair?
If you take the whole career, that ending is rough.
Right.
Well, and that's the tougher thing is
Arn Anderson or Ric Flair before his last match.
well, the thing is, what we run into with this is we've got one wrestler whose career was cut short.
Why was his
one who
career cut
wrestled
short?
too
He had
long.
his back
Neck injury.
Neck injury. And
neck injury,
This
okay.
this was like if he had that same neck injury today, there's surgeries. He'd be out for a year or two recovery, and he'd probably be back. Right. His neck injury. His neck injury was not as severe as like Big E.
Austin's or Big E's.
It was potentially more severe than Austin's, but not as severe as Big E's, which is weird.
Yeah, because Austin broke his neck, but recovered.
But so, I think Arn would have had a really great career going forward after that had he not had that injury. And inversely, you've got the Nature Boy, who continued his career long after he should have.
Yeah, he should have stopped in 2011 after the Mick Foley match.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that was a
basically
great match.
ruined in many ways, ruined his legacy. Because if he'd have stopped after the Mick Foley match, or even after the HBK match, right?
Yeah.
If either of those had been truly his last match, this would be no content. You know what I mean? I would have been like, yeah, it's but those last matches really hurt him, in my opinion. However, we're talking about who most people would argue is the greatest professional wrestler in the history of professional wrestling. Guess I'm gonna take Ric Flair, but part of me wants to do Arn Anderson, but I'll go with Ric Flair. So Arn Anderson or Tully Blanchard.
I felt like I knew that was coming, and I would take Arn Anderson in a heartbeat. Tully Blanchard or Tessa Blanchard. 3 weeks ago, this is totally solidly, but then he, doesn't show up.
Right. So I'm gonna go with Tessa because I know nothing about Tully. That's the only reason. I feel like the W wrestling fans all over the world are hating me right now. But Tessa's also a great fucking wrestler, and yeah. So you got Tully Blanchard or let's go. I feel like if we just keep going too old. Oh, or Tully Blanchard or this is more your era. So Bruno Sammartino.
More your era.
Jesus Christ, am I fucking 80?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know. I didn't mean no. I'm like, no, wait. That was way before.
And my time, we watched it with candlelight. Fuck. Jeez, I know I'm old, but
I can
jeez.
switch it.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm taking the people. I take issue with the more your time comment. The thing is, it's gonna be Bruni.
Yeah.
Bruno. I mean, you just can't. He's the longest reigning WWF champion of all time. He's you can talk about Ric Flair's 16 championships. You can talk about Roman Reigns having this long run with the Universal Championship. Bruno held on to that championship for like 7 years.
Yeah.
That's insane. So, we'll do one more round of this. So, the other one was Tully, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, Fernando sold out Madison Square Garden more than anyone. It's got to be Bruno. You know, there's just no. But
He was Hogan before Hogan was Hogan. Babyface.
so, Tully Blanchard or Teddy Long.
Player.
We're gonna have ourselves a tag team, player. Tully could have been a world champion, but he, at the end of the day, he wasn't even Arn Anderson in the Four Horsemen. Teddy Long wasn't even a wrestler. So, that said, we still to this day make jokes on lots of podcasts, not just on this podcast, but lots of podcasts saying, we're going to have ourselves a tag team match, player. And so I do feel like Teddy Long had quite the influence. And I'm going to take Teddy Long.
Was Tully that bad of a wrestler, guys? What the fuck?
No, he was a great wrestler, but he was supporting staff. And Teddy Long could... If Teddy Long were to come back and be SmackDown general manager again, I would be excited. If when Tully came back to lead his own faction or coach Murder Hawk, or no, that was Jake the Snake. Anyway, when Tully came back, I was less excited. I just wasn't. I was excited when Arn showed up. It wasn't when Tully was. So I'm going to give you Tully Blanchard versus Iron Sheik. Sheik. Yes, he did. He had great classics. In an era that wasn't.
I have to go with Iron Sheik just for the sake of pure entertainment.
Fernando's going to come beat your ass. That's great.
I'd let him control. I'd let him control my Federation social media page for a certain amount of time, for like 5 minutes every week, and then he'll make magic happen.
He won the gimmick battle royal because he was too broken to fucking get thrown over the top. Still
damn.
This is definitely ending on a higher note than we typically do.
Yep, that's very true. But I'll do that. The name that you mentioned, Tully Blanchard. No, but you're gonna say Jake the Snake. Let's do it. Tully Blanchard or Jake the Snake.
God, that it's gonna make someone angry no matter which way I go on it. So, Tully. Jake is a Hall of Famer. Jake had a great career and is still active. Tully was the brains behind the proto faction that all other factions are judged against, you know? And I think that's at least worth something out of it. So yeah.
Fair enough, man.
So unfortunately, Jake the Snake is the odd man out.
Damn.
Real quick, Jake the Snake or
real quick,
Ultimate Warrior.
No, Jake the Snake.
In unison, Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake is the second best wrestler to not win a championship. Mr. Perfect is still the best wrestler to not win a championship.
Mm-hmm. It's a fucking shame Mr. Perfect never had.
Yes. Had great promos, had great in-ring work. So I would agree, but not entirely. We did have some comments we ignored because we were working through the show. So real quickly, Squash Donkey asked, I probably missed it, but what are your thoughts on the random car crash behind Kevin Owens during the interview with Nick Cash? ASH. The new drop. My thoughts are they're gonna say they're injured, and that gives Sasha Banks and Naomi a chance to return in the title picture. That's an interesting take. I have yet to hear that one. Most people are saying
it's Dexter Loomis related.
Crashed in the car, and it was just
maybe he didn't realize Dexter Loomis was there either, because it was so fucking subtle, man.
Yeah, it was. They said, "Is that Dexter Loomis?" and then went off the air.
No. AJ was still cheering for like another minute.
but they didn't say, "I think that was Dexter Loomis." Was that Dexter
Well, they
Loomis?
did, but they were like second guessing themselves. Is that?
They just said it once. Is that Dexter?
They said
Loomis?
Dexter like really low,
Right.
and then they said the Loomis a little bit higher. Is that Dexter Loomis? Like it was very like.
But my point is, they said it once.
It's not as if it's a fucking question.
Yeah.
You got to put a little pepper.
Put a
on
little pepper on it. There, you got to put
Yes,
pepper.
yes.
Yeah. No, but that's my point. Is they said, "Is that Dexter Loomis?" and then they didn't go back to it and say, "I'm pretty sure that was Dexter Loomis." Why is Dexter Loomis? They didn't. They just said it once, let it hang out, and then went off the air.
I also believe that Sasha and Naomi, the obvious thing to do here is to have somebody actually win those championships and have them come back and go, we never lost them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
mean, effectively, it's been done 1,000 times before, but CM Punk versus Cena.
That's a very good. It plays well. It just does. And as long as you don't overplay it, it hasn't been overplayed recently. So, the second thing that Squash Donkey threw us while we were in it, I've never been more excited to see SmackDown and Raw. I never thought I would get that feeling back. I would agree. It's a similar feeling to what I had the first couple times I watched NXT. Similar feeling to what Smarks had the first couple times he watched AEW. It took me a couple more months for that. It was really when Mox came out that I went, okay, AEW is legit. That's where I was. And then Fernando in that same conversation. Awesome way to bring him back. Swash Donkey says, which I agree, and I think Dexter is definitely main roster material. I was huge on him when we were doing the weekly reviews, and I had a NXT. Numerous times I looked at you guys and said, "Oh my God, dude, you guys got to watch if you're not watching," which was really more directed towards JLB because he wasn't watching NXT that often. He was like, I'm gonna watch AEW, and Smarks was doing our AEW reviews, so he didn't see it till later, but he knew what I was talking about because he'd watched it and he was like, "Yeah, dude, you're fucking right." I was confused about what was going on after AJ won. I didn't notice it first, so. And
the thing is, the camera didn't zoom, right? Because we would be used to that. So
no,
I kind of like how they did it.
The social medias were the best view of Dexter. You didn't see it on television, which was really weird.
But you did. You saw it on the corner of when AJ was by the turnbuckle.
You saw blonde hair,
right?
And then,
So it was subtle. Like I almost really enjoy it, but I'm almost like, well, fuck you though.
Well, that's what, like I was saying, is my brain has connected the accidents to Dexter Loomis. That's the way but I said earlier, they could be two separate things altogether.
Or it at least was security guards running, right?
It could be that the car accident was like they were saying, maybe about Nikki ASH and
could be that AJ Styles cut Johnny Gargano's brakes because he knew he'd come out and help Ciampa.
Or
Was there any wrestler involved with car crash feuds in the last, let's say 5 years?
Rikishi actually tweeted out, "Honestly, guys, this time it wasn't me."
I think Roman had a car crash one. He was getting run down by Brock. No.
Yeah.
Dove
there was something with that. Yeah.
I don't remember if it was Roman.
Well, I think it was a Braun thing there too. For at some point, I think it was Roman KO. No,
it might have been.
I don't know, something Roman Brock or Roman KO or some shit like that.
So, anyway,
or Roman Brock.
It looks to me as though Smarks is going to present the very first shirt that we present to the audience with artwork on it. So that is the Mortician T-shirt.
And let me pull up a closer view.
Mortician.
This is our AI generated art. We put in the words describing the wrestler that we wanted, and AI generated the art. And I think they're awesome. I think they're so epic.
Some of these are very, very cool shirts.
Mortician. We've also got large crimson apparatus.
Hey.
Devil Emperor. Nothing to see.
Legacy
Reigns. Kennedy Iota. And the sociopathic Scott.
That one's really cool.
There's also a couple more that aren't showing up right now, so they might still be in.
It'll take a little while. We'll continue to release these as time goes on. There will probably be a Nightmare or something similar. International Dream. I'm still lobbying for the word Nightmare, but
it's in review for our host.
How is it?
We'll see.
So, if you're a fan of some of these wrestlers and you don't want the asshat shirt or the I need to buy the asshat shirt.
I know. It's really fucking great.
Asshat, a noun for stupid people.
and Beast Embodied is in review too.
That'll be a fun one. So, absolutely. Our moderator is lights out. She's way better at that than we are. Special thanks to Ambrosia for being our Twitter moderator or Twitch moderator. She's just lighting it up. So,
yeah,
all of those are in the doobly-doos except for on Twitch, which does not have a doobly-doos. So, Ambrosia is our super duper moderator and post.
Ambrosia is our doobly-doo.
She is our doobly-doo.
Doobly-doobly-doo.
She's the greatest learning about wrestling again fan we have. So,
and here's
the rest of you guys all know about it. She's still learning.
If we get enough good response to these AR art homages, we're gonna make more.
We're gonna generate more.
I think they're so much fun.
They're artistically unique. In fact, if we click the button again, they are artistically unique from the prior one.
Yes. We literally could not remake these exactly the way they were.
Yeah.
That one doesn't belong on purple.
No. But you could instead put it
on red.
Red.
There you go.
Black. I think that one would go best.
Black might be. Maybe even white.
Gray or white. Ooh, yeah, that's sharp.
Go all the way to black.
Yeah. And it won't be quite so square on the shirt because that's just a picture laid.
Where's the name?
On the left. Legacy Reigns.
Can you not see?
Yeah.
You need to adjust those Coke bottles, man.
God, that's fucked up.
Adjust my foot up your ass.
We can get that all the way up to 5XL. That's going to be fucking huge.
Fuck you, man.
No, I'm just talking the picture.
Oh.
The picture is going to be ginormous on a 5X. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Or you can get one of these beautiful shirts like right behind here.
Mhm.
The autograph shirt. If you're going to a small show, big show, any show,
Meet and greet.
meet and greet. It's kind of cool on the ash color. Cena on green would be awesome.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm sorry, nothing to see.
Nothing.
Didn't see now. Didn't see ya.
This one.
Time was up last year.
I have no clue what he just said.
Time is now. But my time was up. Your time is up. My time. Okay, it's a bad joke.
I just love these. They're so random.
That's pretty badass.
I need
G.I. Cena.
I need a lot of people to buy them so that I then can afford to buy a lot of them myself. This one I think I like a lot too.
On the AEW yellow. Yeah, buddy. I don't think he nailed it with Kennedy Iota, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You did the uploads, so.
I also was looking for something with the same number of syllables for Omega Iota. There's thought process behind it. Just
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
and it also means small. And it's in gold. Anyways. But so that is the preview, or not even really preview, but the reveal of
Dun dun dun.
our new
ultimate
AI-generated art homage set.
Art homage.
And there's-
homage of art.
There's two more that are in review right now. Our provider occasionally reviews them and says, hey, you know, maybe it
We will
doesn't.
also say if you go sign up for our Patreon page, which is in our link tree, we will take requests on Patreon.
Sure.
So you can request your wrestlers. If you want an RJ City shirt, we will do Junior Village.
Junior Village Town.
But anyways, on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for the
Or we'll do a
Fantasy
pay-per-view
Booking
review
Institute.
or a botch-along review or anything.
Those are on
as long
Twitch.
as you pay us.
Those are on Twitch. Those are free. They're on Twitch.
Yep, those are going to be on Twitch. Well, he's saying you can request.
But if you have a request.
Oh, do you have a request on Patreon? Yes.
Yes.
Yep. If you want to see us in a bra and panties match, Smarks
happening.
versus Fabe, head-to-head bra and panties match, we will absolutely
Never
do that.
have I been so proud to be far
50
away from
Twitch,
you guys.
50 Twitch subscribers. That will not be forever.
Yeah, I feel like we need to put a time limit on that. 50 Twitch
By
subscribers
next week.
by. I'll give
Until
him
12 p.m.
I'll give him end of September.
Oh my God, he really wants that bra and panties match. Ambrosia, get everyone to follow them live.
End of August.
Live.
We'll do end of August. The rest of this month.
Oh my God. And you guys have to do that match on Twitch.
We will do that on the Twitch stream.
Oh my God.
We got to be careful though. Twitch has restrictions on.
Yeah, you just gotta cover
There
your
won't
man
be
boobs.
nudity. We just have to get down to our bra and panties.
Twitch has actually. It's one of the few things they've kicked off. They've kicked off streamers for being in their bra and panties.
50.
Oh, okay.
You get 50 subscribers, they will wrestle in a bra and panties match.
So sports
Or-
bra and boy shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Sports bra and boy shorts. Oh shit.
But on that note, we're gonna go ahead and.
That's
close
going to be
the
a
book.
fun shopping trip, dude. If we
Yeah, it'll be-
be hanging out.
I don't know. I think these are maybe C cups.
Those are probably cuts.
That's by the end of August. You're gonna have to
But end of August, Ambrosia, I changed it. Yeah, I made your goal harder. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. Thank all of you who joined us for the live stream tonight and helped us out with our games. And lots of fun. I might continue to do that challenge more. Or maybe we'll find a time to just do that specifically. But
What?
anyways, the
50 subscriber challenge?
No, the Guess the Wrestler challenge.
Oh,
Instead of
we
just
can
doing
always
it-
switch it. We can always switch it from the other one, or that could be our other game when we do our crimes
Or we could just do it randomly. I don't know.
randomly. Yep.
We'll figure it out. But we'll go ahead and close the book here. Make sure to follow us on all of the social medias. You can follow me pretty much any of them at Raw and Order WBU, like it says right there. You can follow me. That's all the places: Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. The only place it's not is Facebook, where you have to do Pissant Podcast because Facebook is weird. You can follow DA Fabe at
DA Vincent K. Babe.
and that's only on Twitter.
Only on Twitter. Yep. Also, thanks for posting that on Twitch. There's our link tree.
Mm-hmm. And then
Bam.
you can also find JLB at
You can follow me at JLB420 on Twitter, JLBTLC25 on Twitch. But Real Talk Radio is the brand where I talk a little bit about movies, music. The Game's new album is coming out this week. Apparently, there's an Eminem diss track, which I'm excited to hear because then the game will get owned by Eminem. I will probably be doing a live review of that on Twitch on Friday or Friday morning at 12 a.m. Real Talk Radio is the brand, anchor.fm/RTR, Real Talk Radio 8 on Twitter, and links will be down below in the doobly-doos for all of that. Why are you confusing me? Links will be down below in the doobly-doo for all of that. Check down below, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Good episode, guys. Really like that Guess the Wrestler. That was fun.
Yeah. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and close the book. Thank you all for listening. We will see you soon.
Night, doggies.
Ciao.